Well, Hudson, you're not a local market. Where are you?
I am in the Sarasota-Bradenton local market.
Okay, Sarasota-Bradenton. I am Florida born and raised, but for the people that don't know the difference between that area and like Tampa, where is that on the Tampa spectrum?
So we're on the west coast of Florida. We're about 20, 30 minutes from the beaches. Tampa is more of a big city. Sarasota-Bradenton's a little bit slower.
Okay. But slow's good, though.
It's good,
right?
Really good.
It's kind of like Miami and Fort Lauderdale. We consider ourselves like a little bit slower than the Miami market. We're a little more laid back. We're in the flip-flops. We're enjoying boat time, right? We're parking the boat in the back of the house. We're buying the house to park the boat.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And visiting the sandbars.
There you go. I love the sandbars. So, Hudson, how'd you get into the mortgage industry? That's a main question I've been wanting to ask.
I used to work for a credit union in 2016 where I learned how to do, credit repair, did credit card loans, car loans, personal loans, and that credit union didn't have mortgage, didn't do mortgages, and I met Diamond Dave.
Diamond Dave Productions
in 2016, and that was my introduction to mortgage, and I've been in mortgage ever since.
That's awesome. Well, what was like the what brought you over to Fairway, and what was that impactful moment that had you realize like this is something I want to do?
The camaraderie. The team here, there's just unbelievable individuals that are just smart, savvy, and just technical in the mortgage world. And it's great that I can come here and just, absorb all that knowledge from everyone. And I love the fact that I can sit in a sales team meeting and just take that in.
Yeah, that's a great thing. I love the sales meetings. I smile when you said that because for a couple months, I think when you had first come on, you were like the opening shot when I was doing my video. You'd be right there. I love how everybody shares so openly, like resources and information and things like that. A person that you bring up quite often is one of the leaders here, Derek Fertig. Mm-hmm. So how has Derek Fertig kind of helped or shaped your career since you've been here at Fairway?
He's 100% transformed my career. Just working with Derek, we actually do, every Monday we do a Zoom call.
That's awesome.
And every Monday we do a Zoom call and we go over, my wins and losses, Well, I wouldn't say losses, but,
experiences, lessons
learned.
Yep.
And it's helped me look at, things in a different way. I've become more confident. And I'm cranking them out, since I've been working with Derek.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's a perspective shift. I think there's we always say around here, there's power in purpose, and I think that's what Derek has a good like kind of leadership capability to do is pull the best out in people. So that's one.
He does.
Yeah,
he
that's
does.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure that you do the same thing in your market because I see that you're doing business. You're working with local real estate professionals in your area in Sarasota. Who can we shout out? Who can we give some love to? I love names. I'm not like Compass or Remax guy. I don't say that the whole brokerage. Give the name. Like who can we give some shout out and love to?
Okay. Shout out Julian Germano, Kate Germano with the Germano team. Shout out Stefante Rando. Maggie is what we call her. Shout out my girl JC Karchenko with Premier Sotheby's, and I can't forget my girl Carla Wilson Bradley. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
That's awesome. I mean, what's wrong with putting a little love out there? Let's go. So every now and then you got to do that, But most of the high level professionals that sit here, they get a little nervous about that question because there's a lot of people they want to shout out and a lot of people that are part of a deal or part of what makes their success. So if you didn't get a shout out, Hudson's going to be here every month, sometimes maybe twice a month, and you're going to get a shout out. So make sure that you're working deals with Hudson and you're doing stuff with him, and we're going to put you out there. And if you ever want to come in, I met Julian.
Yes.
Excellent guy. And then he came here and he started doing so much impactful, awesome content. I like it. I comment. So if you're in the Sarasota market, if you work with Hudson, just reach out to him. Say you want to come to South Florida, and we'll do that. And I think one of these days we'll probably do a media day up in your neck of the woods. That'll be fun.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's make it happen.
So what's like a hot program? We were talking about Hometown Heroes. That was like 100 million, went super fast. What's some things that you can help people with, like starting today? Like if someone called you right now and they want to get into a home, they're maybe a first-time home buyer, what can you do for them that's maybe not necessarily different than other people, but as a mortgage advisor, what can you do to help them get into a home?
Manatee County has a down payment assistance program called Keys of Homeownership. It's very similar to Hometown Heroes since the funds are all exhausted. Mm-hmm. You can get up to 5% in down payment assistance. You just need a minimum 640 credit score.
That's attainable. So
Obtainable.
So credit score wise attainable, and then down payment wise, that could be more in some cases. I think it's like 3%, 3.5% in some cases. So that's because I had just bought a home. I'm a realtor as well, marketing director here, but I'm also a first time home buyer. So it's pretty incredible to hear the things that can be done if you have a mortgage advisor on your side and on your team. So what does it cost to check out these there's like an acronym for these programs. What are they called?
DPA. Down payment assistance.
Yeah. And I don't know why, for some reason, and this is like rhetorical, I don't know why they get like a bad rap, or like people are like, I don't know if I want to do that, or I don't want to fill out that application because it might not feel good or something. But these systems are here for a reason. These programs, these opportunities are here for a reason. So from your experience, can you share an experience where somebody had benefited from this? They might not have thought about it or thought that it was a good idea, but they did it with you, and how did that help them?
It helped them tremendously because they only had the down payment, but they didn't have the closing costs, and the seller wasn't paying the closing costs. So we were able to use a down payment assistance, DPA, to help fund the remaining funds that they didn't have. So having a program like that is super beneficial because when I bought my home, there wasn't many programs like that. So I had to use my savings to buy a house. Yep. So if you can get down payment assistance, if you don't have it, if you need, resources, give me a call and I'll help you, get into a home.
That's it. Well, let me ask you a question because I everyone gets nervous when I start doing this, but I throw out my favorite F words: fun, football. What's my other F word? Free. Free. Does it cost any money to have a conversation with you?
$0.00.
Okay. Cost any money to get into these to apply for the DPA programs or see what you get?
$0.00.
Okay. So it sounds like an absolute no-brainer. If you're in the Sarasota market, Manatee area, that's what I'm gathering from the conversation. You got to give Hudson a call. Give him a shout. He's going to hook you up. Let's talk about your why, or we can do a mic drop moment or a piece of advice. All right, so you have the floor here. This is it's like everyone's favorite part. So it's your stage. What would you leave the audience at home with? It could be your why, it could be a piece of advice, or a mic drop moment.
A piece of advice. So don't wait, because as you wait, yes, the rates are dropping, but these home prices are still going up. If you are renting and you're going to stay in the same city, same county, 100% try to buy a home. I like if I could go back, I would have bought a home 10 years ago. You can't get any appreciation from renting an apartment, but with the home, you can. We're talking, 3 to 5 years, you'll have more appreciation than you probably have in your 401k. I think that's a no-brainer.